Well, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to put the old dually pace truck up for sale. This is probably the most well-known build that I have done to date, and really the build that was the catalyst for the channel, Yeah Buddy Garage. This truck holds a very special place in my heart, but all good things must come to an end, and I need some money because I want to build some other cool stuff. First thing I want to address is the truck has developed a little bit of a rough idle. So I have a new throttle body assembly, which has new injectors, new throttle position sensor. I have a new coil, have a new distributor, and the only thing I haven't really replaced is the O2 sensors and the map sensor. Now this little hose back here that goes to the back of the throttle body assembly, that is going to the map sensor. Now what could happen is over time, this hose could get wore out and it could literally just fall off the back of the throttle body. So I got a new hose for this, and then I went ahead and just got a new map sensor because, well, we're in here, so you might as well. Of course, the battery's dead. Because why not? Check this out. Look at these spray patterns. These do not look consistent. I've been working over at Steve's shop painting Cookie Monster, and when I drove away the other day, he was like, man, that thing just smells like straight gas. So we know we got a funky fuel mixture, so that might have something to do with it. I'm gonna switch these though and see if we get the same results just on the different injectors. All right, let's see if she starts up. Probably gonna put the battery charger back on it. She's probably flooded because I dropped some gas down there. Oh. This injector is still spraying more fuel. Get some airflow going here, man. Turn this fan on. I think I'll go ahead and get some new AC Delco injectors on order. Cause I gotta get a new gasket for that, the top of that housing anyway, because it tore when I took it apart. Imagine that. The driver's side header, I'm pretty sure has a crack in it. So we're gonna pull that off and see if we can't repair it. If not, we're gonna get some new headers for it. And then while we're down there, replace the O2 sensors. Well, while I'm getting this jacked up, I want to tell you guys and gals, we got plenty of hoodies and t-shirts in stock on yeahbuddygarage.com. Like this limited edition camo hoodie, for example. See, it's got the Yeah Buddy Garage logo on the back, little one on the front, super comfortable. Had a little cold snap in Florida. Got down in the 60s and needed to bust out the hoodies. So, yeahbuddygarage.com, all your Yeah Buddy merch you could ever want is there. And also, I gotta give a big shout out to Brunt Work Boots because they sent me a pair of their work boots with no strings attached. Now, I was a little skeptical at first because I know like a good quality boot when I see one, and anytime I see something like Brunt, I think, man, that's a little gimmicky, ain't it? But dude, I put these suckers on and they are literally the most comfortable work boot I have ever had. I wore them every day when I was working at Steve's shop, working on Cookie Monster, on the floor, crawling around, just putting these suckers to the test. And let me tell you, they held up. And when I got home at the end of the day after being on my feet for 10 hours, I didn't even want to take them off. They were so dang comfortable. Brunt work boots, you won't be disappointed if you get a pair of those. And, well, I'm out of breath. And I am not exaggerating when I say these are the best work boots that I have literally ever had. They feel like tennis shoes when you put them on, but you have the protection of a work boot. And me, when I'm doing my welding and grinding, I have that extra ankle support up high to protect me from sparks and debris. I feel extra confident that I could take on the world and build whatever kind of crazy vehicle I want. I also want to let you know that this video is not sponsored by Brunt. They literally just sent me these and said, do with them what you will. So this is what I'm doing. I'm letting you guys and gals know, don't be afraid to buy a nice pair of work boots for yourselves and feel like you're gonna conquer the world. Yep, there we go. Ah. Oh, maybe it's scraped. Oh, well, there's your problem. This is an exhaust manifold gasket for a Mark IV big block. Our headers are aftermarket, awesome headers. It's got some blow-by right there. So it sits on the head like this. You see this right there? Well, it wasn't enough to seal it because that's literally the edge of the phalange. And when you look at the spark plugs, which don't look great, yeah, they've been getting a little charred up there. Next, we're gonna take a look at this onboard air. It seems like no matter if I let the truck sit for 2 days or 2 hours, when I turn the key on, the air compressor kicks on to fill up the air tank. I found it. There it is. So this is actually the air tank. I've double, triple checked all of these fittings multiple times, but I guess I never was able to get back there and check this guy because I mean, it's, look at that, dude. How could I miss that? All right, go tighten that up and then move on to the next. Man, that hood is dirty. I've been using this truck the last couple weeks. Been towing some projects around like Cookie Monster and just putting the miles on it, you know, getting a feel for it again. Anywho's, wanted to address some things that are bugging me on the inside of this truck. One of those was my courtesy lights burn out, so I put in some new ones. But another thing is when the truck is running, and you do not have your lights on, you turn a turn signal on, the gauges flash like they want to dim. So when you turn your lights on and then you turn the turn signal on when the truck is running, that doesn't happen. So I think I have a dirty signal coming to the dimmer switch. So what I did was I took off the bezel, and this is the switch for the running lights and headlights. Now, since I've already taken off the header right now, I can't fire the truck up and see if it works, but if I go straight into this switch to the running lights, I'm gonna see if that clears up my issue. So basically, I'm just gonna run this wire here from the Dakota Digital box, right there, all fancy, and then put everything back together, and I gotta wait till I get my exhaust fixed. Another thing I'm gonna do is reprogram the Dakota Digital gauge display. That thing's actually pretty cool. When I was doing some work to the truck, I left the battery unplugged for a while, and I guess it didn't reconnect to the thing. Anyway, you put it in gear, it tells you what gear you're in, displayed on the Dakota Digital gauges, and it's pretty sweet. So one of the cool things about this shop is it has a hose bib inside and a very nice polished concrete floor. So I'm gonna wash this truck inside, which is the first time that I've ever actually done that. And then it gives me a chance to clean my floor up. So nice double whammy. I'm gonna mist it though. I'm not gonna like just blast it everywhere. Another thing I'm gonna do when the wheels are off is just get this a good little wash down in here. I'm gonna take this back to the house and get it up on the jack stand and pressure wash the underside, but got this new stuff, Total Auto Wash P21S. I tried it out on the van's engine bay and it actually worked pretty good. So hopefully this will be a nice undercarriage cleaner, but it's supposed to be like an everything cleaner. Yeah. This is so weird. Wow, gives me a chance to clean my boots too. Nope. This is what I want. That shower feature on the old garden hose put down a little too much water for my liking. So we'll just go over it with a mister. Well, I'm waiting on some more materials to come in, like compound and polishing pads. So I'm gonna hop on the interior here, do a quick vacuum, spritz her down with some carpet cleaner, fabric cleaner, and then just do a quick shampoo. The interior is still ridiculously clean, but just needs a little freshening up, you know? Safety. Got all the interior vacuumed out, got all the trash out of there and everything, which really wasn't much. But all I'm doing is going back with some Chemical Guys carpet cleaner. Got it diluted here. And we're just gonna spray it on the carpet, let it dwell for a little bit, and then take this little brush here, agitate it, and then we're gonna suck it up with this Bissell carpet sucker. Why does my knee hurt so bad? Gosh, dang. Oh, good morning. Let the truck air out overnight. Check out the interior. It just cleans up so nice. Now, if you guys and gals missed the build video on this truck, I stripped the entire interior out, repainted every single interior piece, did a suede headliner, deep cleaned the seats, new carpet, sound deadener. This is a brand new dash from LMC truck. I mean, the AZA auto wheel steering wheel is like a centerpiece. It is so ridiculously nice in here, and it feels good to get it back to its former glory. Anyway, got a special delivery from Amazon last night. We got our exhaust gaskets, we got some metal polish for the wheels, we got some heat wrap, we got some polishing pads, lights, battery terminals, and I got all these too. These are gonna help me really get into the door jambs, because we're gonna be doing a full detail on this truck, full polish, including polishing the old door jambs. Because when we painted this truck, we never painted the door jambs because the truck was already black and the paint was in pretty good shape, but I never got around to polishing it. So really this episode should be goodbye, old friend. I'm finally doing all the stuff that I never did that I said I was gonna do to you. Well, hopefully the next fella or fellette will enjoy it, because, I mean, it's a nice truck. Well, I think what I want to do first is go ahead and get those new exhaust manifold gaskets in, get the new spark plugs in, get this thing fired up, make sure it's running right. I got the gaskets for the throttle body injection, so we're gonna put new gaskets on this, clean this out like I said I was gonna do, and then let's hear this baby purr again, shall we? Got my new O2 sensor in there also. See if I can go in from the top. I don't remember if I can or not. I might have to go from the bottom. Okay, he's already got anti-seize on them. Just like that. Got those new exhaust manifold gaskets in. Got the new spark plugs in. Let's go ahead and get this taken care of. Got a whole new gasket kit. It's got some new O-rings, filters, screens, you know, everything you need to freshen her up. Spring was bigger than I thought it would be. That looks good. Let's go ahead and put that new diaphragm in. All right, got that sucker on there. It took some convincing, but I basically just put 2 screws in the housing, set her down, kind of held it, started it, and then worked its way down there. Well, I opted to not get new injectors because these are, I mean, relatively new. They got like 20,000 miles on them, so they shouldn't be wore out. Anyway, so this kit comes with some screens and you can replace them on this injector here. So first thing you're gonna do is take off your O-ring, and then you see this guy right here. There's one screen, and then if you look in the middle of the new O-ring, there's that guy, which is that guy. So you gotta very carefully remove that and put the new one in. Golly, that's why I took off my glove. So we got that in. And then this guy is just press fit on. And our other screen. And our O-ring. Let's gotta do the other one. Well, let's go ahead and reassemble it. This goes back on the throttle body assembly. But now I got this put back together. I never really looked at how the fuel flowed through these injectors. So it looks like the fuel comes in the sides of the bowls and then is sucked up by the injector and pushed down through the throttle body. So what I was seeing, what I think was a wore out O-ring right here that was dripping excess fuel down past the injector. So hoping this seals it up. Only one way to find out. All right, well, we got all the major mechanical stuff done. I want to go in and, tighten up some of this wire loom and all that. But the last thing I want to do is swap out this battery here. With all the fancy electrical upgrades like the stereo system, the onboard air compressor, the helper bags in the rear with the wireless air management. Well, I think it's time we give the old dually an upgrade. Fancy red top Optima here. She should fit right down in there too. Yeah, it ain't going anywhere. Guess the new owner will get a new battery handle too. Oh, we got some fuel coming out of the throttle body assembly. Oh, it's like shooting out. So, sometimes you just mess up, Yep, sometimes goofy things happen. So I guess when I was tightening down this throttle body assembly, something got bound up. I heard a tick. I thought that was just, the bolt seating down or whatever, wasn't cross-threaded, everything seemed fine. Well, that tick was me breaking off the ear of the throttle body assembly. Just come on in here and take a look at this. Yep. Broke right off of there. I debated even showing you guys this part of the process because I goofed up, and I feel like I feel almost obligated to show you the whole process. So, here we are. We're in the local junkyard, and I'm hunting down an OBS to find that injector pod that I broke for the dually. Stumbled on this TBI 350. Now, the bases are, I believe, what's different, but the upper portion, the injector pod, should be the same. So this piece is what cracked right here. Now, before I left the shop yesterday, I was trying to figure out what happened. So it looked like the gasket they provided for the spacer that goes right here wasn't big enough. So when I put the part on, tightened the back, started to tighten the front, tightened the front too much, and because you see there's a little alignment dowel right here. So that alignment dowel bottomed out and cracked it. So just be careful with this stuff, man. This is hard to find. Also grabbed the spring and hood latch off of this one for old Cookie Monster. This is a Belltech variety, so not what we're interested in, but they got a whole bunch of stuff out here. Well, would you look at that? Got the new injector pod assembly back up on this old throttle body here. A little trip to the junkyard and 30 bucks later. I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, key on. That did not fix the problem. Still leaking fuel. Well, it appears to be coming from, let's see if we can get on this side. So this little bowl back here that you can't see because it's at the back of the throttle body assembly. That's where that fuel regulator is. And the fuel is coming out of the seal between the fuel regulator and the upper housing. So I'm gonna pop this top off and then see if I can't figure out why that's leaking. Worst case scenario, I did save this one. It seemed to be substantially more robust than the new one. We might be throwing this one back in. All right, swapped out that old gasket with the older one. See if that fixes it. Key on. Ooh. I don't see nothing. You know, when you're trying to start your truck, it's usually better when you hook up the injectors. Oh man. Sounds good. Oh yeah, that fuel spray is definitely a lot more consistent. All right, let's shut it off. We got the door closed. Just taking in the aroma. Doesn't smell like a ridiculous amount of fuel being dumped into the throttle body here, so I think we solved our issue. All right, now we gotta set the idle air control since we've been fooling with the throttle body. So you take your specialty tool. I got this one at Yeah Buddy Garage World headquarters. At my desk. You jump your A and B terminal. There you go. A and B terminal jumped. Key on. You're gonna wait about 30 seconds and then disconnect your idle air control valve. With the key still on, fire the truck up. It's supposed to idle like real bad, real low. Okay, let's give her some turns there on the old adjustment. All right, I want to drop the idle down a little. They say you want to be around 500 for this procedure. Oh, now we're evening out a little bit. Okay, let's keep going down. Idle's not moving. All right, I'm gonna call that good. So, we shut the truck off. Plug our idle air control valve. Okay. All right, now we're gonna time it. So to time these trucks, everything's a process with these things, man. There's a little brown connector right here. It's brown and black wire. You disconnect that and you set your base timing. So now your base timing, you could do up to, I've heard, 8 degrees before top dead center. Seem to have misplaced my distributor wrench. Stand by. Well, thankfully the cap on these TBI distributors are pretty tiny. I was able to sneak a 9/16 wrench down there and just bust her loose just a smidge. That is, God, I can't see a dadgum thing. Just bring her down to 0. We're at like 2 degrees. That seems pretty happy right there. Woo! Maybe not. It's idle and happy. Let's shut it down. Let's plug it back up. So put her in reverse. Let's turn on the AC. We're idle and steady, going in neutral. Idle and steady, going in drive. All right. Whoop. I'm liking it. Man, one thing I have not gotten used to yet is having tools at the house and then tools here, because I still need tools at the house because sometimes you got to do stuff at the house, but then I need stuff here. And it's like, I don't know where my distributor wrench is. Also, I'm pretty sure I bought a set of piston rings for the OBS dually, sorry, square body dually. I actually got the block in the back of the van, and we're gonna be building that soon. I can't find them. I'm just missing a lot of like little parts. This was supposed to be a good thing. We're gonna go pick up Wyatt from school. Kids actually get to get picked up today in something cool. Well, Walker, he was out of school today. He didn't feel good this morning, so he got to hang out in the shop with me. Nice and smooth, exactly what you want. Well, I reckon one of them old O-rings was wore out in the injector there and went through that whole fiasco trying to fix it, man. That's my life, dude. If I don't screw something up, then I definitely don't learn anything. And if I'm not learning anything, you guys don't have any entertainment. Man, it feels good to be back at the house. Got the old dually up on jack stands, just like we had her on the shop. So we're gonna get up in here and just give her a good cleaning. Got the old chassis pretty good. Now we're coming in here with the engine bay. You know, just giving her a nice good cleaning. My neighbor, howdy doody neighbor. Well, it's looking pretty good. When we get back to the shop, I'm gonna go ahead and start polishing these areas, get this all cleaned up, because it's just aluminum. So this will clean up pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, these hoses look a lot better. All that down there. Let's check under the truck. Yeah, looking nice. Just need a little cleaning, you know? And now I'm down to the last thing I gotta do to get this truck ready to sell, and that's to give her a good old polish. Now, I gotta come clean with you guys and gals. I haven't been very happy the last couple of months. The channel's not doing nearly the numbers I thought it would by this point. Almost 2 years in. Lauren and I just did our taxes and running through all our finances and seeing how much money I spend on this place and all my trucks and tools, and with the non-existent return on investment, you know, it kind of makes you question your sanity at times. So I got a haircut. I feel like a new person. ready to get this thing wrapped up and hopefully get her on the market. So the great thing about this paint job is that Steve did a high solids clear, so you can polish this truck for weeks, for years, and you'll never burn through that clear coat, which is awesome because you can always have it looking pristine. So this is what we're starting with. Now you see those like scratches that'll run under the front and back of the truck? Might be able to see it better down here. Yeah, there we go. You see that? That's what we're trying to get rid of. Now this comes from wiping it down, washing the truck, just, you know, basically trying to keep it clean, but you put these micro scratches into the paint. So I did a couple of test spots, and this is what we're going for. So you see we got rid of those horizontal scratches, they're gone. We got a couple of little swirls and imperfections in there that we can work out, but I mean, dude, look at this compared to that. Night and day difference. Now here's how I got that beautiful shine. Now this is the first time I'm really using CSI. They were a sponsor of this build when we first did the cut and buff of the truck, but I didn't do that, Steve did. So this is the first time I'm really fooling with these guys, and so far I actually really like them, mainly because it's waterborne compound and polish, and it is very easy cleanup. But anyway, we're gonna start it out with the Ceramics polish and the CSI red pad. Then we'll follow it up with their D1 polish and just a regular 6-inch white pad. And then I'm gonna follow it up with the 3D Speed. Now this is a one-step paint correction. I noticed that the CSI with the white pad wasn't enough to get rid of all the swirl marks. So once I followed it up with the 3D Speed and a black pad, we got there. Using my long throw random orbital polisher from Harbor Freight. And I gotta say, I think I can get that mirror-like shine with the CSI products on their own. I just haven't had enough seat time with them yet to figure out that combination. So this is what's working on this paint right now, so that's what we're gonna do. I think it's also worth noting that when you're polishing paint, you're gonna make sure it's clean. Because if you pick up any dirt or you know, debris or any of that stuff, you'll put a bunch of little pigtails in your paint and you'll be chasing it. You'll be chasing getting it out for a while. Ask me how I know. So we're not doing like a super high speed on this. We're gonna spread it out first. And I'm gonna go up to a 3 on this machine, which again really isn't fast. Nice steady pace. Get a nice shine on that sticker too. So some compounds and polishes that I've used in the past, they are not very easy to wipe off. So when you're wiping it off with a clean microfiber, you're actually scratching the paint because you have to put so much pressure on it. This stuff, both the ceramics, I guess you say, polish and the D1 polish, wipe off super, super easy. And that 3D Speed one-step wipes off very easy too. So let's check our work. Just hit that section with the ceramics polish. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, so now I'm just gonna do the front fender doors with the D1 and then follow that up with the 3D Speed. And then we're gonna move on to the next section. I'm gonna do this on this has 6 speed settings on it, and I don't know what the RPMs are, but I'm using 3 on that first cut, and then I'm using 2 on the subsequent polishes. So I'm gonna go to 2 on this, make 3 or 4 passes, check my work my way down, move on. Check out the difference. So this is from the first pass. See how just swirly and crazy all this looks? It looks worse than when we started, but that's kind of what you got to do. And you move over here, and it's looking a lot better. And you see, we still have some imperfections. I did the whole fender. But once we hit it with a 3D speed, it's gonna brighten this sucker right up. All right, last pass here with the 3D speed. Again, keep it on speed 2. And I gotta say, I had a short throw random orbit polisher for a long time, and long throw is where it's at. It seems to work a lot faster. I'm not a pro when it comes to polishing. I've just polished a lot, and just through trial and error and trying stuff, this thing is awesome. Well, I got the dually all wrapped up, but before I do the big reveal, wanted to let you guys and gals know about some shows I'm going to in the next couple of months. The very next show is gonna be the GM Tailgate Tour. I'm gonna be getting the 67 C10 ready for that show. As you guys and gals may remember, that one has a blown transmission, so I got a new one coming in from Summit. It'll be here any day now, and as soon as that comes in, I'm jumping right on that C10. And then I'm gonna be headed to C10s in the City at the very beginning of May. I'm gonna stay here in April and try my best to get Cookie Monster as far along as I can so I can bring Cookie Monster to C10s in the City. Right after C10s in the City, Lauren and I are gonna fly out to Moab to go to the Red Rock Retreat C10 show. This is a very first year show, and I am super pumped about it because we've always wanted to go to Moab, and what better way to experience Moab than to go out there and hang out with some truck friends, see some old trucks, and then go look at some rocks. And then next up after that, I'm gonna be going to the Piedmont Traction C10 show in June in Mooresville, North Carolina. So I got a lot of stuff coming up, and I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done. So I also want to apologize for the lack of videos I've been putting out. The beginning of the year has been a little hectic. We've been going through it, man. We got a lot of stuff thrown at us, and I'm trying to get back on a normal video posting schedule, and I'm hoping I'll be able to do that next week when the transmission comes in for the 67 C10, and then I'm just gonna start pumping out videos as much as I can after that. Another thing that's very exciting for the channel is this is gonna be the first year I'm doing a booth at some of these shows. So C10s in the City will be the first show where we will have a Yeah Buddy Garage booth. I'm pretty stoked about it. And the guys and gals over at SQRBDY Gear who put on C10s in the City have always supported me, and I feel like that's the best show I could possibly start with to kind of ease into the show schedule. After that, the next show we're gonna have a booth at is gonna be Southeastern Truck Nationals. That is the second weekend in July. Now, if you guys and gals can't remember any of this stuff, or if I'm talking too fast, you can go on the website, yeahbuddygarage.com, click on events, and I have an event schedule of shows that I'm going to and an event schedule of shows that you should be going to if I can't make it. Well, that's enough of that. As you guys and gals can see, my plate wall hasn't changed much since I introduced it a couple months ago, and I got a whole bunch of mail to go through. So I'm gonna run through this real quick because I wanna highlight the guys and gals that are supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot to me, and to see the support, even with just getting these license plates, super, super cool. So first up, this is a 72 Indiana plate. This one's actually from Steve and Megan over at Mirror Image Auto Body. Megan had a 72 C10, and they had this plate for her truck, and they sold it years and years and years ago, and they never did anything with the plate. So they said, you know what, man, here's one for the wall. So thank you, guys. This one's from Bill out of Erie, Pennsylvania. It's like an old school plate. Looks like the last time it was registered was in 1985. It looks like his OBS right there. There you go. I love that color combo, man. The blue and yellow. Yeah, Buddy Garage colors. This plate's from Ray out of Queen Creek, Arizona. This is really freaking cool. Lauren and I went to the Route 66 monument in Winslow, Arizona, where that's painted on the ground. It's freaking sweet. Anywho's, got me a little Christmas card here with, that's how long it's been. It's March right now. Anyway, a little Christmas card here with the pups. Love that. And then he wrote a little note here for me saying that he was at Dino's. I was there too, but I guess we didn't get a chance to meet up. This was off of his 1970s Chevelle SS. And I won't go into the whole letter, but he is Rebuilt Classic on Instagram and YouTube. Ray, thank you so much, sir, for the plate. Can't wait to hang it on the wall. These two are from Jason out of Danville, Virginia. So he said this is a 1949 plate that he found on his property, buried in the dirt, which is it's in pretty decent shape for being buried in the dirt for who knows how long. And then this one came off of his square body. Again, the blue and yellow color combo, man. I'm digging it. Jason, thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. Gabriel and Rebecca out of Smithville, Pennsylvania. Ooh, 8-lug garage. American made, one bolt at a time. Thanks for the stickers, guys. I need to figure out something to do with all the stickers that I get. I used to have a sticker cabinet, and I was thinking about sticker bombing the toolbox, but I just feel like it would get destroyed. So I'm gonna think of something so I can start displaying these. This one's from Redbeard's Rod Shop out of Linden, Michigan. Mr. Hunt. Bill's built I don't know if y'all be able to see that, like a rat rod inspired OBS truck. Looks like he's stripped it down to bare metal, put a little clear coat over it after doing some metal work. Custom steering wheel. Check it out. Got some stickers too. Definitely appreciate it, man. Again, I got to figure out where the heck I'm going to put these stickers at. Thank you, Mr. Bill. Much appreciated. I got some money in that one. Oh, okay. 59 GMC custom plate from Alan out of Hampstead, New Hampshire, which I haven't made my way up to the northeastern part of the country. I really want to. Anyway, he sent me some money right here because I had an issue when I was first getting my website set up, like PayPal. It made me do some setup stuff, and I did it, and then it didn't kick in when people started buying merch. So a lot of payments got kicked back, and I didn't make any money on it, which is, it's fine. You know, I'm not going to go like chasing you guys for 20, 30, 40 bucks or whatever. But man, that's much appreciated, Mr. Allen. Thank you for the plate. Thank you for the cash, and looking forward to hanging this one up. So this one's from Ken from Seaford, Delaware. They have a 93 four-door dually. Excited to add the Delaware plate to the wall. Again, another northeastern state I haven't been to, man. I gotta go visit the Northeast now. Thank you, Mr. Ken. Much appreciated. So this one's from Mr. Ben out of South English, Iowa. He said he chose this plate because it's the colors of University of Iowa, and the new plates they have are boring. So appreciate the splash of color, man. Looks like the last time this plate was registered was in 1974. Also, if you want to give Mr. Ben a follow, he is Chumsleys_garage on Instagram and Facebook. I'm gonna have to give you a follow, sir, or make sure I am following you. But thank you for the plate. Can't wait to hang it up. Looks like we got a custom Florida plate from Mr. Pierre, who's now in Johnson City, Tennessee. That's cool, man. I like seeing the custom plates and what people think of. Anybody else look at them in traffic, like look around at license plates just to see if other people do vanity plates like I do? I don't know. I think it's cool. Appreciate the plate, Mr. Pierre. I'll gladly hang it on the wall. So this one's from Scott. He's out of Daytona, but he said his dad was in the car business for over 50 years. So this is like a front plate, decorative plate for the dealership. And then this was a dealer tag that his dad used to have, along with a sticker right there, which he got me one. That's freaking cool. Thank you, Mr. Scott. It's much appreciated. All right, last one. Here we go. Oh, okay, we got a calendar here. Up in Massachusetts. We got some pins. A 2025 classic calendar. Of course, from Cape Island and Tire. Got another little calendar here. and Massachusetts plate. Heck yeah, man. Along with this freaking sweet C10. This thing is rad. I'm gonna have to hang this up too. So this one's from Mr. Derek. He runs a tire shop called Cape and Island Tire up in Massachusetts. These calendars will actually be pretty handy because I can hardly keep track of anything anymore. So it'll be nice to know what day it is at least. Much appreciated, Mr. Derek. I will gladly hang this plate up on the wall along with some calendars and this awesome C10. Thank you to each and every one of you who have been supporting the channel, either by sending me tags for the plate wall or buying the merch or even just watching the videos. I definitely appreciate it. And if you want to send me some junk to help decorate this shop, you can send it to Yeah Buddy Garage, P.O. Box 10, Bunnell, Florida 32110. That is the post office. It's right down the road from me, and I try to go there 2 to 3 times a week to ship out orders, check the P.O. Box, and make sure that I'm not missing anything. Anyway, guys and gals, let's get to the big reveal of this old dually. I gotta say, man, driving this truck around is like no other experience that I've had with any of my other trucks. This thing gets everybody's attention. It is a neck breaker. You see people scrambling to get their phones out. And I gotta say, man, I'm gonna be pretty sad to see this thing go. Now, if I could remember all the specs, and all the sponsors, all the partners that we worked with, and all the parts and everything that I've done to this truck, I would start rattling it off right now. But the last 2 to 2.5 years of just constantly messing with this truck. I mean, the list is insane. I'm gonna do a proper post and write up everything that I have done and go back and make sure all my information is right. But basically, this is an original 1993 Chevrolet C3500. It's got the original big block with 230,000 miles, 4L80E transmission, and a big boy 411 or 410 rear end. I built this thing to take on the Power Tour in 2023. We took it on that, had a blast, and ended up needed to do some modifications to it, like electric fan upgrades and doing some other stuff. But I mean, the truck is basically ready to rock. We did a 5.8 Belltech drop, 22-inch Alcoas. These are real Alcoas, not a direct bolt-on, so you got the big old adapter in there. We got airlift helper bags in the rear with their onboard air system. Actually, let me show you the remote. When you're driving around, say, hey man, I need to put some more air back there. She connects, we got 30 pounds. Let's send it to 50. See it raise a little bit? And then you say, ah, that's too rough. Let's drop her down to 10. It is a pretty cool setup, not gonna lie. I've used it quite a bit because I do tow with this truck. It can tow another truck. It's still a big boy dually. So I've towed my van with it, Lauren's 4Runner, my C10, my Blazer, just about every dang vehicle I own I've towed with this truck. We did have some overheating issues when we were going through the mountains in Tennessee, but I think I have that settled now because we did a header wrap. We did some other things to help keep that engine bay cool. And I haven't had any overheating issues other than that one little spat. We got over 250 hours in this paint job alone. It is this black and white is the actual paint codes from the 1993 Indy Pace truck. And we got the stripe kit, well, we got the graphics kit from Phoenix Graphics, but we had to figure out how to do this big old stripe down the side because, as you guys and gals know, they only did these in a regular cab short or long bed truck. So I got with a company called the Window Tint Shop here in Daytona, and he did the recreation of these stripes, printed them out, put them on. It's reflective vinyl, just like the original Pace trucks were. And I gotta tell you, when you see this thing driving at night, it freaking lights up. Under the bridge ain't the best place for audio, but it's a great spot for pictures. And we got bike week going on right now, so we got a lot of traffic noise. So I had thought about taking off the sponsors on the back glass and thought, you know what, the next person that buys this truck might want to keep those on there. So you see here, here's all the companies that help sponsor this build, and all of these companies, I cannot say enough great things about them. They all came together to make this thing possible. LMC truck, like all the glass that you see, all the weather stripping, all the seals, the dash, a lot of the interior parts, a lot of the, you know, smaller, kind of hard to find parts came from LMC truck. AZA Auto Wheel got their killer steering wheel inside. Street Trucks was obviously who I partnered up with to do the build. Dakota Digital Gauges, Belltech Suspension, Auto Aura Paint, Mirror Image Auto Body did all the freaking paint work. CSI is the compounds that you guys see me use to do the polish on this thing. Really nice stuff. Airlift for that fancy airlift system in the back. Indasa is an abrasives company that we use, and man, they make some really killer stuff. FPS is Florida Paint Supplies. They're a local company to us. They supply Steven's shop, which is Mirror Image Auto Body, with all of the paint products that we just talked about. The window tint shop obviously did the window tinting and the graphic work. And last but not least, we got the wheels from Lowboy Motorsports. And of course, I can't forget the Dooley shop. He makes these really cool fillers. He makes these oversized gas door fillers to help kind of, you know, hide this body line a little better. This was like his first run, and then he ended up making another one that's even bigger than this one. I did end up getting the bed professionally lined through a company here in Daytona. This stuff is no joke, man. It is so thick and it is heavy duty. It is their premium coating, and it is gonna last a very, very long time. They actually sandblasted the bed, did their primer, and put this right on top of that. This stuff's baked on at like 200 degrees, and it's some really tough stuff. Hopping on over to the inside, I wanted to keep this thing as stock as possible. I just wanted to feel like you bought a truck from the Chevrolet dealership and you're just gonna go cruising, man. So I basically took the entire interior out. I did an ultra plush carpet kit with sound deadener and insulation under there. This is a brand new dash from LMC truck. So there are no cracks in this thing, and it is gonna last forever. I reused as many of the original interior pieces that I could, but even things like this, these gauge bezel, you know, LMC truck makes these, so why not get a new one? And any of the interior pieces in here, I refinished with SEM color coat. Did a suede headliner to tie it all together. This has got the fancy sunglass holder, and if you got some CDs, you could put them there, even though, hey, we don't have a CD player. We'll talk about that in a minute. Power windows, power locks, everything works like it's supposed to. It's great. Now the felts do get hung up a little bit. I mean, it's a 30-plus-year-old door panel, so, you know, it's not exactly brand new, but I'm telling you, that's pretty dang clean for being as old as me. We got the killer. Let me see if I can even get this in the frame. This is a real carbon fiber steering wheel that is cut into this very ergonomic shape, and they wrap the steering wheel with this perforated leather on the sides and a very smooth leather, and then did the red stitching with a new horn button and all that stuff, which works. Moving on to the gauges, we got Dakota Digital HDX gauges. These things are absolutely sick. I got an OG AC control. All the air conditioning is all original, and I'm telling you, it will freeze you out. I've never had an issue with the AC. Got their retro sound radio. This is the Santa Cruz Bluetooth. You got your microphone up here if you want to take calls on the road. I got a kicker amplifier in the back with a subwoofer. We got all kicker speakers in the door panels and whatnot. So this thing actually sounds pretty dang good. Went with the old work truck cubby here, and let me tell you, when you're on a road trip and you got a candy bar and you got the AC blasting, this is like a little cool box in here. It keeps it nice and chilly for you. Moving on to the back, nothing fancy here. Just again, got everything really, really super clean. This last year at Battle in Bama, the Dooley was a feature truck for the OBS Nationals, which is like a show within a show. So Craig over there had the truck put on their t-shirt, used it for promotion and stuff, so I bought a t-shirt that I'm going to include with the sale of the truck. Also, we did a 3-part build series in Street Trucks Magazine. I'm going to include some copies of those as well. This is some pretty cool stuff here. So that was the rendering that I had done. That's when I picked it up over at Auto Metal Direct. Me and my dad, this is what it looked like when I first got it. And then just started tearing into her, man. So some really cool stuff here. I figured whoever bought the truck would want all this. Oh, you can see here, when I was painting all the interior pieces, that brand new dash. You got the new windshield I'm getting put in there. There's the kill mat I use for the sound deadener. Yep, that's putting in the digital gauges. Pretty cool stuff. Because of that, you know, is going to be a big reason why I'm going to miss this truck, because, you know, I documented all that stuff with Street Trucks Magazine and worked with all those great companies and got to meet a lot of really good people, and literally drove this thing over to California and back. I've put 23,000 miles on this truck since I've built it, and I mean, I absolutely love it. And I know the next person's gonna love it just as much as I have, but for me, it's time to get this one going on down the road, because I got some other really, really cool stuff I wanna build. Also, wanna talk to you guys and gals about something that I know I'm gonna get bombarded with. I'm not doing a giveaway on this truck. You see, even though I'm a YouTuber, I'm a broke YouTuber, and I don't make hardly any money doing this stuff. I should do a screenshot of my sales, my revenue from January. It was like $385. So no, I'm not gonna do a giveaway on the truck. I have way too much money tied up into it, and I need the money to build some other really, really cool stuff. I may do a giveaway in the future, but it won't be a truck like this. It's probably gonna be something a little more budget friendly, but that's way, way, way on down the road. I'm not at the Vice Grip Garage and Cletus McFarland level to be doing giveaways. So I do apologize, but maybe one day we can do something. You know what, let's just go ahead and fire her up here, shall we? Give her some ambiance. Doesn't that just look so good? This thing looks menacing going down the road, not gonna lie. If I had the time and the resources, I definitely would be getting rollers of this thing. It's like one of my favorite things to do, but you know, it's not enough time in the day. Everybody's busy, so sorry guys. Let's freaking take this thing for a rip, shall we? Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and crank this radio. So loud, great. As I'm recording this, there's a little kid back there just stopping and like staring at the truck. He's like, everybody loves this thing, man. It's awesome. Turn on my lights. Yep, still a 454. Such a cool truck, man. Such a cool truck. But all good things must come to an end. And that's just, you know, where's the fun in just building one and then you're done? I don't want to do that. I want to build a lot of them. I want to keep going. So I'm going to drop a link below in the description for where you can find this thing for sale, if it's still available. I don't know how fast it's going to go. I've had quite a few people reach out to me, and I haven't even officially put it on the market yet. But I'm going to be posting it up very soon, and I'm assuming by the time this video drops, it will be available. Anyway, guys and gals, as always, I greatly appreciate the support. Green light. See you in the next video.